Hello, my name is Alejandro Armas,
I'm Aiden Hendricks.
I'm Nyla Connor.
I'm Olivia Simmons.
I'm Marcus Gaudreau.
and this is our alpha game Heat. Uh, Marcus, you do the UI, right? Just talk about that real quick, just like the animations.
Yeah, but before we get there, I'll have Nyla talk about the background art she did.
Yeah, I just drew because our game takes place in the desert. I just drew our main character in the setting of our game for the UI.
Okay, so I was in charge with the UI animations for the main menu. So as you see there, we have the heat text, which moves around, and then also shows the background, like a blurred background to create like a heat effect. And then also there are some button animations. So you see on the credits and help. The help takes you to the controls panel, which some simple controls that you need to be able to play the game.
And their sounds.
And their sounds, yeah, like clicking sounds. If you go to the credits, I wanted to do something like a cinematic type of credit scene, like at the end of the movie. So right now it just slides through and it shows each person's role. So as you see, producer, lead artist, programmer, lead programmer, and then 3D modeler. And then once that finishes, it's just gonna loop back through. So we're gonna be adding all of our credits to there. And then there's also a quit button, and it just highlights when you click on it. And now we're gonna hit play. And Alejandro, would you like to talk about level design?
Yeah, level design. Actually, before we get any, talk about controls real quick. Just like, I'll choose stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So, as you saw, I'm the lead programmer of this game. I program all of the movement, player mechanics, everything that you see that makes the game actually play. Movement is controlled just by a simple player controller, WASD. Moves around. The player is able to shoot using their left click, and they have to aim holding down right click. They're able to cycle through weapons using their one key on their hotbar, and also switch between other items that they'll be able to collect by pressing the other keys on the hotbar 2, 3, and 4. There's a looting mechanic. This is how players get ammunition and items that they can use. Basically, that opens up. It's randomized. Opens up. Press E to collect that stuff, and it stores it in your hotbar. Ammunition is displayed in the bottom right corner, which displays the ammunition in your current mag, as well as the max ammo you have for that weapon. And then obviously you can see the empty box in the middle. That is for your condensers. So the player is actively battling heat in this game. So in order to successfully beat it, they have to collect condensers, which lowers their heat. As you saw just there, that was one of 4 mini games that are randomized whenever the player decides to open up a generator and use them. These generators, they need 3 complete mini games to move forward and collect your condensers. And once you collect a condenser, it will it'll start lowering your heat back down. So we'll wait for Alejandro.
It's already stressful, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know. Oh.
So Alejandro just collected his condenser. So if he switches to his second key and uses it, what that'll do is it'll stop the heat coroutine and immediately start one that starts decreasing his heat. So that way he doesn't lose any more health. The enemies that you saw, do what? Oh yeah, you're good. I'm just gonna talk about the enemies real quick. So the enemies that you saw is a basic enemy. They spawn from a spawner. There's a cap, so you can't go over a certain amount. And they just follow you. If they hit you, they'll do damage. It's our basic snake enemy. We don't have the model in for that right now. But speaking of modeling, I'll pass it over to Olivia so she can talk a little bit more about that.
Okay, so for the modeling, I modeled the player as you saw, and the crates and the generators that you interact with throughout the levels, as Alejandro just interacted with just now. The crates that you loot with, I modeled those as well. And the player that you are playing with, I also found the animations and implemented them for the player at the beginning of the level, as you saw as he got up. That was an animation done by me.
For level design wise, so I'm Alejandro Armas. I created the levels and design like the buildings right here. One of the biggest challenges we saw was creating this effect right here, where you go into a building and you would basically go in and out. Like you said, this little circle here you can see inside the building. Having to deal with shaders was a bit of an issue, but we were able to get it done. I try to make the levels linear, but also open. If that makes sense. So you can see kind of like these really big, vast areas, but it's like roads and other buildings kind of lead you to the path because we kind of like it's like a adventure. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's driven by like it's supposed to be driven by a story, which will be added soon enough. But the idea is that you want to keep going through levels so you can make it to the end. As it's already stressful enough right now because I low-key suck at this game, but it's fine. This right here is one of the biggest parts where once you generators, they actually unlock doors. You can see the wires right here, and it'll unlock the door if we can get this done. One sec. All right, boom. See, there we go. All right, four. All right, wait. Okay, we're wait for him to get up. Boom, amazing. All right, so this is also level 2 right here. This is just yeah, same thing. This for level 2, I want to keep it build on the mechanics the player already knew. Still the loot boxes right here, which kind of like which players know how to loot now. We also have bigger and vast areas for the player to move around in. In the future, we're gonna add raider enemies, so there's gonna be more variety of the snake enemies versus raider enemies. You have to battle through these areas right here. Like for example, areas right here would be a raider camp. You would see they have a bunch of raiders here. You like kill them, and you can get some more loot and stuff like that. As it's also like a heat effect. Like yeah. You see it? Yeah. Right here, it's one of the biggest game mechanics right here, where it's these doors actually open with 2 generators. So if we kill these guys real quick. Oh yeah. Yes, it's tough. FQ. All right, I'm only gonna do this generator here for time reasons, but yeah, I know. I see. Shoot. You can dash out of generators, by the way. That is a mechanic that Aiden added. Just FYI.
Yeah. So on top of that, the dash function is there we go. The dash function is available to not like when you're outside of generators as well. It uses a little bit of your stamina, but it allows you to get away quickly from enemies. When the bandit enemy is implemented with its more complex UI, which will be implemented in the next milestone, it just wasn't complete, which is why we don't have it in here right now. The bandit enemy will basically they'll be hiding. I forgot why I wanted to touch on the bandit enemy. Oh yeah. The bandit enemy will be shooting at you. It's the only ranged enemy, so that's why you'll need to be able to dash away from them. So that's the reason for having that in there. And as of right now, although most of the actions don't have animations currently, by the end of our final milestone, everything will be animated. So
we had a level 3 inside the game. It is currently in there, but for time reasons, we cannot get to it because our dev buttons are being worked on at the moment.
Yes, they are technical difficulties under construction.
Actually, let's show for the scene view. You know what I mean? Yeah, why not? You know what I mean?
Okay, well, let's also show that our quit button works.
Yeah.
There we go, just like that. Perfect.
Where is it? Level 3. Yeah, I know. So
There we go.
just real quick, just to show off. you
Of
know,
course.
Just to show off. If they'll load, all right. We love this.
Un poquito.
The Poco actually.
Un poco. No, I don't speak Spanish, man. No? Okay.
There we go.
Okay, here we go. Here's our 3rd level. Basically the same thing. It's a lab. It's indoors this time. Here's where you'll fight most of the bandit enemies. As of right now, we just have the spawners in for the snake ones, but here's where all the bandit enemies will be at. So yeah.
That is it for our presentation. Thank you a lot.
watching.